Consequences. Consequences. Okay. This is a collective reading. My readings are timeless, masculine and feminine, men and women. Okay, that's something that you need to just keep in mind. It may not resonate. If it does, it's still only going to be bits and pieces. Be grounded, be practical. It's your life. This should be aligning with something prompted in your own internal guidance system or things that are being confirmed to you already. Otherwise, chances are that it's not your reading, okay? And that's okay. Even if we like a reader, not every reading is going to be about us, our situations. This should be confirming. This reading is an update on consequences. Consequences on behalf of the collective, people that are stalking you, okay, and doing baneful things, whether it is they are social media hate watching, reporting your videos, doing rituals on your videos, spreading lies and rumors about you in your videos, or just in your life, people hating on you, people playing God, playing with the mail, playing with your personal information, playing with your technology, like whatever it is pertaining to the dysfunctional energies that have followed the collective. This reading is their consequence. So collective, you won't show up here in this particular reading. You may only show up in terms of like what's driving them, what they're tripping on. But this reading is not about the beautiful collective's energy. This is not about what's happening for you at this time. We know what they've been doing. You know what you're going through, right? You know what they've been doing to you, and you know how that has affected you, okay? This reading is about the karmics, their consequences. Depending on what they've been doing, that's determining the consequence. Stalking, stealing, you know, bullying, lying, reporting, playing like they're a rhythm cop on social media. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they've been doing, right? Somebody like when I say random cops, huh? I got that from Martin. I think Martin said that on something. He was like random cops. And I feel like a lot of people are random, you know, a self-assigned hall monitors of life. But they can't monitor their own life properly. They can't monitor their own heart space and conduct. They can't monitor their own conditions, but they can monitor everybody else, huh? They can monitor everyone else's. It's a distraction. And what they're doing is trying to distract themselves from looking at the man and woman in the mirror, but as well as trying to get everyone's focus off of being able to see them for what they really are. The greatest magician trick of all is the art of misdirection. Look at them, 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 look at her. Yeah, anything but look at them being a sorry hoe and a sorry nigga. You know what I'm saying? Anything but look at the fact that something wrong with you, bitch. But you don't want us to pay attention to that. You want to find some error and flaw in these people that's minding their business to highlight. You want to make a mountain out of a molehill with that. But your big ass whole heap and trough of, you know what I'm saying? You want to downplay and you want to pretend like it don't exist. Okay. Whatever you say. So here are the consequences here. What's going on with these people? So this is a karmic read. Trying to make it so y'all can see the cards better. You won't be in this reading, Divine Collective. If they were stalking you, reporting your videos, stealing, doing baneful workings on you, doing shit to your children, gossiping, trying to make it difficult for you where you live or where your children live, using their resources to make, you know, to have thorns in your flesh. Let's see what's happening. Consequences. Timeless reading. Consequences. Timeless reading. Consequences. These karmic consequences for fucking with the collector. For putting house where the fuck It don't belong. Number one. Number two, for being scallywags. Number three, nigga, for being mentally ill. And instead of going to the counselor like everybody else when they go through a breakup, shit. See, they don't want me to talk like that. That's gonna hurt some feelings. Cause see, I've always been one. It's always behavioral health and mental health has always fascinated me since very, 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 very young. So I was always the one quick to somebody ghosted me, somebody cut me out, or somebody was a drunkard or a drug addict and they were on. So I was quick to, what did I do? I dealt with my drama, you know what I'm saying, like everybody else in that, but you know, it was short-lived and I would go seek help. I was one to either go to a therapist or, you know, on my religious path, I did both. So I would, you know, seek therapy as well as, you know, the spiritual guidance, you know, church and things like that. But, cause see, you know, cause it's life, isn't it? It's life. It's not that it's fair. It's not that it's right. It's not that it's okay when people intentionally do stuff to you. But at the end of the day, do you live on? And how you live on is going to be predicated on how you handle all of that. I used to be something else, you know what I'm saying? But not in the way that people would think. Not in the way most people would assume by looking at me, okay? But, you know, I was shit, 007, Mission Impossible. I will find some shit out, nigga, okay? I was quick on that, notorious. For whatever reason, I had a knack for finding shit out. I had a knack for landing. I don't know why that is, but I did. I have a knack for it. I was like, go, you busted. I don't know why, but I did. Okay. So, consequences, child. They're being exposed with the light coming out. It says the light of understanding. People are starting to see and understand who they really are, these karmics. But as it's pertaining to you, collective, people are starting to see why you are who you are. Why you say the things you say, why you did the things you did. You know, the light of understanding is becoming clear regarding these karmics. Loyalty, 13, death, rascals and vagabonds. Ambition, yeah. So people, you know, these karmic consequences, they're dying and there's endings here. People of their past, people of your past. Somebody could have actually died. Oh, Lordy, Jesus, because they have the wrong loyalty. Oh, talk about you leave your body and then your spirit and soul be like, son of a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because you find out that this motherfucker, you know, I'm just saying, you find out this motherfucker, you was all loyal and shit with loyalty right here. You find out this motherfucker was why you ain't here. You find out they wasn't loving you like that when you know, you leave your body and your essence is around as you transition on to whatever your next phases are. You discover you were loyal to a motherfucker that was trying to kill you the whole shit. Woo! Make you go, Makes you go, Right? So some of these karmics are being exposed as killers. Some of them are being exposed as Nurse Ratched. They're also being exposed as causing people to be disloyal, like intentionally doing shit to cause people to be disloyal. So they're being exposed, and this is a consequence. They're experiencing ending. This is a consequence. People are breaking up. This is a consequence. People are leaving. This is a consequence. People are no longer wanting to invest. This is a consequence. And 33, rebellion. People are no longer trying to hear nothing about what they own. Okay, people ain't just automatically obeying them and listening to them and doing what they say anymore, because people are starting to have a light of understanding about some shit. People are also starting to understand why you rebelled against a family, a business. Okay, ciao. Bottom of the deck, lust and weak wills, clemency. 32 breaking down to a 5. They are going through chaos right now. They're having fights, conflict, wars, because this loyal energy, okay, this secrecy, this lust, to cause issues for you, using the lust and the weak wills of people, because that's what these people do. We had a reading a while ago that is some karmics that target young, stupid motherfuckers. And if they wasn't young, they were like young in mind, like not all there or immature. And they would target them based on all of that. They're weak for pussy, dick, money, you know what I'm saying? Clout, power. And they would use it to get these people to do their bidding. And that's what these people are getting in trouble for with the lust and the weak wills, because they pulled in a lot of young and stupid people to do so. They took advantage of the youth. Youth being someone that could have been younger than them. Okay. Like I said, you know, youthful, stupid, do anything for pussy, for dick, for money, for a Walmart gift card, for clout. You know, they banked on that and used them as their minions. This ain't new though. Governments and big time corporations and businesses and corrupt leaders have operated like this since the beginning. This ain't new. They been on that shit. You bank on the weak. You bank on they thirsty, nigga. All you gotta do is go in and wave something. Something that they perceive that they don't have. They need their rent paid. They need bail money for LaQuanda. Okay? They ain't got no car. They ain't got no down payment for it. Or little Susie's sick, or, you know, they can't afford the braces, or they can't afford, you know, all they got to do is go in there and exploit these people. They horny toads. They don't have their capacities in check. They'll do anything for a nut. Even, ooh, child. They ain't got that, their capacities together with that yet. They still wet behind the ears. Their nose is still wide open, so they still think the sun rises and sets with fucking. Or shopping. Because see, it's going to be something different for everybody. With fucking, shopping, drinking, partying, buying, turn up. They still think that's what's ruling them. And since that's what's ruling them, we can't exploit that. You want the charges dropped. They want them charges. They won't have to do no time for that child support. You go over here, you know, we'll drop them charges, you know. The next reading, which is going to be tomorrow, it's going to be funny because it's not even related to this reading. This is the karmics read in terms of what's their consequences. What are they living out in real time? So whether you see this now or you see this 3 months from now. Yep, my readings are timeless. I figured that out the long way, because when I go back in some stuff, if I dig far enough and I look at certain ones, and then it didn't happen then. And then I'm looking at some of the events that have happened maybe over the last year. I'm like, well, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. It's like, and it did happen. But it wasn't in that moment. Okay, here we go. But the reason I'm talking about this is going to be tomorrow. Feminine. So you have your ops that's trying to send in new people. Okay? Because a lot of, people, a few things happen. Folks died, niggas died, niggas got sick, all sorts of shit's happened. People, you know what I'm saying? All sorts of shit. You had ops from the past also that couldn't go through with some stuff because of something. So now the powers that be are recruiting new ops, and what they're telling the new ops is funny. They're trying to prepare them for you. So some of the things that they're telling the new the new handlers that they trying to send in, they telling someone, that's funny to me, I can't stop laughing. They're telling some of them, be careful, divine feminine. She looks very simple. She looks understated. She's very not what you think, okay? And they're like, don't misunderstand the potency of who she is. They're warning them in advance. They're trying to prepare them. They're like, don't look too deeply in their eyes, bitch. Like they're trying to tell them. They're trying to tell them to not look deeply in your eyes, feminine. And it's not because your eyes are just the bomb, okay? See, I know where crimes are going with this. They eyes ain't, that's because you's a surface basic bitch. That's not what we talking about. Okay. So the reason why they're telling them that, because there is something to that as it pertains to the essence of who you are. The frequency. Okay? It's not this literal thing like, ooh, they got pretty eyes. You may not have pretty eyes, feminine, or you might. But what I'm trying to say is that's not what it's about, though. That's what people automatically assume. It's like, because their eyes is pretty, that they're going to get lost in their eyes. No. They get lost in their eyes because of who she is and the powers that be know it. This is why they're trying to get the help from the new crew, bitch. If you got to revamp the game. If you can train the newbies, they don't mess up like them last ones. So them last ones fucked around, fell in love with her ass, and that was not a part of the damn plan. It was not supposed to have any feelings. This was supposed to be just simply transactional. They were supposed to just pretend just enough. They were not supposed to feel anything. And so what they're trying to figure out is they're troubleshooting. Because, well, maybe if we can these people can keep a level of detachment if we kind of prep them of how they're going to have to really navigate, like not just the weaknesses of divine feminine, but now we need to tell them her strength, because her strength has the power to bring them down. And it's in a subtle way, not in a rough and muscle way. It's because of the divinity and the essence of her frequency is potent enough to start to penetrate if they engage too deeply or too intimately, if they have a moment and they look in her eyes and the wells of the soul, they're done. And the more they have intimate moments with her, you see that? And that's what they're concerned about. They're thinking that if they can do away with that, they may have a shot with getting a nigga, you know what I'm saying, whoop, getting a nigga in there and have him not fall in love, right? have him to stay on the, you know, on the path and shit. And I've been tripping. He can stay toxic. Stay toxic. All right, let's clarify. Let me stop. Get back to the reading. Okay, that's gonna be tomorrow's reading. Okay, boom. That's tomorrow reading. All right, so karmic's consequences. Over here with the light of understanding, what is coming out? What are they experiencing regarding these karmics, no matter what this was or is? Light of understanding with ambition, card number 6, representing the lovers and the majors, representing the past, representing selling on, moving on, being guided, representing honor, win, success, but it could also represent chaos, stagnation, betrayal, breadcrumbing, theft. Okay. What we have here? Oh. Folks are starting to see why the collective cut a lot of people off, because there was energy vampires here. They're seeing these people for what they are. It says shadow, depleting others for your psychic survival, chronic codependency here. The light attribute, it says, it makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force energy. So they're getting a consequence for being energy vampires. People could be cutting them off. People could start to see like, no, it's you. You. Because you are the common denominators here. It's you. You. You're draining people. You're attacking people. This was some of their ways of trying to get a feed in a twisted way, because they couldn't be successful in any other way. Well, good gracious God. Good gracious God. Damn. Damn. So they could have been lying about why something ended and kind of twisted shit. You see what I'm saying? In another way. Oh, good gravy. Loyalty here, card number 13. Vagabonds. Endings for sure. They could be being exiled themselves for trying to cause you to be exiled and shit. Play like a guy, and I knew it. Fake gurus. I knew it. I was waiting for it. I was like, where's that? Because it's coming. Because they always be fake and shit. They always copycat and shit, bitch. Healer. False nigga. Healer came in reverse. Somebody got sick fucking around with these vagabonds. Somebody got sick and could have got vagabond being loyal to the wrong shit. 13, attempted murder, endings, whether people who like to cause endings in other people's lives, losses, endings. A healer fucking with you, these niggas. And in this depiction is somebody standing over someone's head. Over someone's head. So a lot of crown chakra bullshit. Fake ass healers. It says taking advantage of those who need help. And that is what these people are. I talked about communal narcissism in one of my last lives. And it's important for the world to get well-versed, knowledgeable, and experienced and understand what that actually is. So that way we can make more sense of when it comes out that all these so-called helpers and givers and charitable people and pillars of society and all of that stuff, when it comes out that it was a crock of shit. When it comes out that it was an assignment to get close to somebody in order to have access to them, in order to do other things they had no business doing to them. Okay. So they did something to affect the collective and the collective's children's welfare, so somebody is sick. And people were loyal to the wrong one. So there's definitely an ending here, because somebody was serving and loyal to a fake healer, or a fake spiritualist, or a fake saved bitch, or a fake some shit like that. Fake wizard, fake teacher, fake, you know, whatever. Okay. Ooh, child, vampire, healer. These people were vamping off of your healing energy. That's why they dying out. Nigga, try to warn you, sons of bitches. I tried, but you know what? Very well. I'm at the point, collective, and maybe you are too. I'm like, very well. Let them kill themselves, because they're killing themselves every time they siphon my son or me. They're signing their death certificates every day. Whole towns, whole communities, whole cities, whole businesses, whole organizations is signing their death certificates in advance. Every time they try to benefit off of me and my son's energy, while simultaneously trying to cripple, imprison us, and limit us